Hi, Kevin Harrington here, an original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank, as well as the inventor of the infomercial. Now, throughout my career, I've seen pretty much every fitness product under the sun. But I want to share with you the most practical, convenient, and easy to use fitness product that I've ever seen. Now, with a record number of people working from home these days due to COVID-19, the majority of people are staying inside, living sedentary lifestyles, and let's just talk about it. That's not very healthy, is it? All right. In fact, some experts say that sitting is the new smoking. So check this new low-cost fitness solution out. Short bursts of exercise throughout the day as time permits. Now, by installing a KorFlex, where you spend most of your time, you're going to boost your heart rate and rip your abs throughout your day for the rest of your life. It's cardio for your core. Now, whenever you feel the urge, you just sit and get fit. That's it. Bottom line is KorFlex is smart, healthy sitting for all ages and all fitness levels. Thank you for watching. Thank you. It's Kevin Harrington here, signing off.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kory Hull with KorTime. I want to thank you all for joining. We are here today. I have a good friend of mine, Ian Clark, on the call with us to help you get a real deep understanding of all the very simple yet very profound benefits that KorTime offers. Ian is the CEO of Activation Products, a natural health product manufacturer. They're out of Canada and they sell these products all over the world, high-level health products. And he and I met a couple of years ago through a mutual friend, and we both have a very deep involvement in the health and fitness world. And when he saw KorTime, he really thought there was something special about it. And so I have Ian on the call here with us to talk us through all the health benefits that KorTime offers by simply sitting at your office desk or table or kitchen counter. Ian, hello there.
Hey, Kory, how you doing in California today?
It's a beautiful day out here in California, and we couldn't be farther apart in North America, I think. I'm in Southern California, and Ian is in Cobourg, Canada, which is northeast of the North America. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm a little bit east of Toronto, so we're about almost 3,000 miles away.
Got it. So, Ian, thanks for joining us. Why don't we just start by you? We actually met through a different type of technology, and we were talking, and he was speaking so with such intelligence about fitness and health, and I thought to myself, gosh, I think he would be somebody that would really appreciate what I have come up with in the KorTime product. And so I decided to go ahead and tell him about it. And sure enough, when he immediately saw, this one move, simply this move is what I showed him to start. And he immediately saw the benefits of boosting your heart rate and getting fit and healthy while you sit, which offsets all the negative, ill effects of sitting. And so, Ian, why don't you tell him, kind of what your initial thoughts were and where we've come in the last couple of years together working toward this, bringing KorTime to the world.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, when I first saw what you were doing, it was immediately intriguing, number one, because I wasn't just thinking about fitness. A lot of people do fitness without paying attention to health, but there's an automatic health benefit from this tech. And the technology, we'll call it technology. It's a very simple innovation you've come up with. And it's actually profound in the sense that it gives another additional bonus to seating, because seating is, like they call it, the new smoking. And I'm into seating technologies for many years now. And this was the missing component that you had, because when you're sitting at a desk, you're kind of captured. You're on your computer, you're focusing in. And I sit on a very special pad that keeps your butt from doing any blood pooling, because every chair causes blood pooling. And I've got a special back support.
I am sitting on that pad right here.
Yeah, cool.
It's got
Right.
these little.
Yeah, that's an amazing technology. That's a patented thing out of Canada. And so, plus I have the back support from Logic. So when I saw this, I went, okay, that's your trifecta. This is the triple thing that rounds it off, because now I can grab it anytime I want, and I can, but the most important thing I saw that it was going to move my lymphatic system, because when you're twisting your core, you're going to be twisting and pumping the lymphatic, which does not have a pump. The only pump it has is your movement, whether you're walking around or running or going up and down. But the twisting of the core is what squeezes those lymphatic nodes in the hip and also up in the shoulders. So it was like, oh yeah, okay, this is a major addition to any health protocol. Plus you get the side benefit of good, strong core strength. And we all know that core is super critical, because our core is the communication between the brain up here, the heart, the gut, and then the lower extremities. And it involves sexual function, it involves digestive. It's got so many things happening that are wonderful, because when you think about your digestive system, your small colon and your large intestine, not your colon, but your small intestine and your large intestine, which we call the colon, they also have muscle walls in the walls of your digestive tract, which work with peristalsis. So the food you eat has to be pushed through in a peristaltic action by your digestive system. And this also causes the muscles that you're exercising in your gut to be able to massage your entire digestive tract. So there's so many things happening at once that this is one of those must-haves for the seating time that you have in front of a computer. Now, I don't personally spend a whole lot of time in front of a computer because I have to move around a lot all day. But so every chance I get to sit here is my opportunity. Now, there are times where you just sit down at it and do the exercise because you know how good it is for you. But just think about all of the things that you're going to add in just by one simple device that can sit on any desk. I had to this is a pretty heavy desk I'm at, so it only moves slightly. And then, Kory, you showed me those blocks that you can, if you put your desk against a wall, it keeps the movement of the desk to a bare minimum. But no matter what, unless it's just a light duty desk, it's going to work fabulously. And most people have a good solid desk they work at. So this is the ultimate thing. It takes like 3 minutes to hook up. You can actually move it around. You can take it with you when you're traveling, throw it in your suitcase. It is totally a health protocol product in a box. And it does, and you don't have to bring the box, you just throw it in your suitcase. It folds up into such a small footprint, and it's super lightweight, but it's high strength. So all the way around, this is an invention that is worthy of note. And I personally feel that everybody should have at least one. You're probably going to buy 2 or 3 of them, because especially if you go into work, if you're commuting to work, or if you have a vacation location or whatever it might be, or just have an extra one in your suitcase, because I don't want to have to worry about taking it off the desk. I just want to throw it I just want to grab my suitcase with it already in there for when I travel. So this is one of those things that works with your gut health. And you have a major brain in your gut, which is your intuitive. It's going to strengthen your core. It's going to create proper communication between your upper body and your lower body. It's going to help your lower back get stronger, because you're also strengthening the muscles in the back of your back at the lower part in your lumbar area. And it actually also goes up into the thoracic, depending on how much you're going to move. And it's a short learning curve. You can learn how to do this in a matter of minutes to really get it down pat. And so, yeah, it was just one of those things that was, to me, an obvious must-have for people, for anyone sitting at a desk for any length of time. And it's not like you have to go at it for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. You can grab it anytime you want. And I do it, and I don't even break a sweat yet, but it definitely immediately gets the heartbeat up. So it's almost like the intermittent, like HIIT training in a lot of ways, because you can do sprints, like do a 30-second sprint and then give yourself a 30-second rest and
I'm sprinting.
30-second sprint, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, my heart rate is coming up really strong right now. And yeah, you
Right.
can do whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling inspired, you can go real fast. In fact, I have recently been using a metronome, and I set it for 200 beats per minute. I just did it last night. I've done it the last 2 nights. I just had this idea.
Mhm.
And I go for 5 minutes. And so I do 1,000 spins in 5 minutes, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 5 minutes. And then I'm done and I go to bed. I mean, you can do just short little, and it's all healthy, right? I mean, the short bursts of exercise, whether it's 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or longer, they all add up to ultimately a healthier, longer life. I showed this product to the doctor. His name is Dr. James Levine. I was doing some research on sitting disease, which is a real term coined by the medical community. And it's caused by sitting too much. Now, you don't die of sitting disease, but you die of heart attack, stroke, diabetes, obesity, depression. I mean, the list goes on and on, from problems caused by just sitting with your blood flowing lethargically through your body hours on end throughout your life. And Dr. James Levine is the foremost doctor in this space. And as I was doing research, I kept seeing this guy's name. And so I Googled him and I found his email address, and I sent him an email, and I sent him some images and some videos of the product. And he wrote back immediately, virtually. And he said, wow, I love this thing. I mean, he was the first doctor, the first person that he came up with the idea of a treadmill desk, actually. And I said, well, gosh, I love to hear that. Would you like to be involved? And he said, unfortunately, he works for the Mayo Clinic. He's been there for 35 years. And he also owns another big scientific company. And he said that he's not allowed to work on a for-profit business. So, but anyway, the guy that coined the term "sitting is the new smoking" loves KorTime, because he sees the benefit in boosting your heart rate and fighting the ill effects of sitting and fighting sitting disease all day long for the rest of your life. Most fitness products, I mean, you guys have all probably heard about Beachbody and their claims to 90 days to a new body, which is great for 90 days, but it's hardcore, intense exercise. And I guarantee, in fact, I met with and almost did a deal with their ex VP of new product development, and he loves KorTime, but that deal fell through. But my point, I asked him, I said, how many people actually are doing the P90X system a year later, 5 years later, or longer? And he said, virtually nobody. Virtually, I mean, we're talking a small fraction of the people are actually doing that routine consistently for the rest of their life. This, on the other hand, takes up no space. It's not encroaching on your space. It sits here. In fact, there was an image of my desk here. It just sits inconspicuously under the lip of your desk, and it's just waiting for you to grab it, as simple as this, and do something healthier for yourself. So, it really is a smart, healthy decision that you're going to use for the rest of your life. I know without question, I'm going to use this until I can't sit up to a desk any longer, which hopefully is going to be a long ways down the road. But it's like, it's too smart and too healthy not to use it. It just makes good, healthy sense to install a KorTime. And what I say is just leave it installed at your office desk. I actually have one on my kitchen counter. Wherever you spend most of your time sitting, you want to have a KorTime, especially at your office desk, because that's where you're going to spend most of your time. And just use it throughout the day. Not only is it incredibly healthy, but it's going to be the last ab product you ever buy. I guarantee it. The reason, and I think it's the best abdominal fitness product ever invented. And the number one reason is because of the consistency factor. You're going to use it. You don't have to get down on the floor. You don't have to do whatever other fitness, abdominal fitness devices make you do. This, you just sit there and you're typing away and working, and you feel a little inspired, you feel a little lethargic, you're getting tired. Well, grab the handle and just start spinning. And not only is it going to boost your heart rate, but you keep doing this and your abs are going to get in great shape. It's inevitable. If you do something consistently for a long period of time, you're going to see results, whether it's diet, whether it's running, or trying to lose weight. Whatever you do, if you consistently stick with it and it's a healthy thing to do, then you will see results. And guaranteed, you're going to use this. If you have any desire to look better and be healthier, you will sit and spin throughout the day, pretty much for the rest of your life. So, anyway,
This is, like that Abster one, right? The sit and be fit on steroids, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that, one of the root cause of disease, and I've done massive amounts of research because I had to fight for my life between 46 years old and 49 years old and find every natural means of managing my body, getting all the junk out of it, and getting rid of the disease. So at the end of the day, the root cause of disease is called hypoxia. And hypoxia is where you're not getting enough oxygen to all of the cells in your body efficiently. In fact, we get so plugged up if we're living a sedentary lifestyle and not moving around, that different parts of our body can get so bad that they end up at the end of people's lives chopping their feet off, or they've got, such bad insulin resistance that they're going into diabetes. But hypoxia is a word that everyone should learn about. And every time you grab this device, every single time any of us do this, we are deleting hypoxia out of our system, because this is going to guarantee moving oxygen, which is the primary nutrient for your body, to all the areas. When you're sitting in a chair and you got your legs bent, you got so many pathways that are restricted. And then sitting on the chair without the pad, you got blood pooling. And so this will get that blood moving as well, because it's moving your butt, even if it's a micro movement. And it's more than that with this. This is a macro movement. You are going to be moving and getting everything flowing through your system. Just like you said, if you have a little bit of a lull, it immediately wakes your brain up and you become alert again. That's because oxygen is getting to your brain. Another thing, Kory, that happens, there's two things that happen when people sit at a computer for lengths of time, is they get ocular lock, and they're not blinking enough, and their breathing goes down and down and down until they're just barely breathing half the time. So not only if you're not moving and you're sitting at a desk, your breath is less and less. This forces the breath, right? This gets the lungs going so that they're going to breathe, and it's going to demand that you bring oxygen for the brain and the rest of the body just from the movement. So this, you should literally delete hypoxia as one of the massive benefits of this product. And it's not just some little, bands you put under your desk. This is, and again, this is the most affordable, best bang for the buck product I've seen. So the return on the investment is astounding. Really, it's going to pay for itself in a day. And then it's just going to continue to give you value in your life for the rest of the time you use it. And it's like anything else. You can have it, but you got to use it. If you don't use it, you're not going to get the benefit. But it's so simple. It's so out of the way under the desk that people can forget it's there until they remind themselves, get on this thing. This is the thing that goes. You could be on a Zoom call listening very attentively. I find that it brings my attention right up. When I'm doing something like this, and the automation of my body takes over in the rhythm of it all, because rhythm is another thing. You just think your whole body loves rhythm. It loves your heartbeat, your breaths are in and out. Every cell is pulsing. And this gets all the cells in your body pulsing in a beautiful symphony together. And you can focus in on the person talking on Zoom, and you can do this as much as you want while they're talking. When I go to talking, I stop, because even though you can do it when you're talking, it's distracting when people look at you. And if you had everybody on Zoom, you'd be seeing everybody have one of these. Everybody in the call will be going at it when they're not talking. So it's just a really cool, efficient, very high value thing that you're going to add into your life. It's one of those things that just comes by once in a lifetime. And the fact that you've got this thing patented is very interesting because it deserves a patent. And this deserves major recognition for people to get this into their lifestyle.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. Hey, we have a couple questions. One, Shane asked, how much does it weigh? About 2 pounds. It fits in the palm of your hand. You know, I don't have a full set here, but you can see this is about what you get. You get a few more individual handles and, you know, but it'll all fit in a small little bag and weighs about 2 pounds. The other question is, when would you get it? Unfortunately, I am waiting. I should have samples in my hand from the factory by early next week. And if all, you know, looks good, which I hope it does, I will place an order at that point, and it's probably going to be 6 weeks before we have it in house. So realistically, you're looking at by the end of the year, you will have it in your hand. But you know, like you said, it's very inexpensive. I mean, we're selling them right now for just $39.95 for the entire system, which includes two of these core handles that go under your desk. So you can do, there'll be a medium and a heavyweight band. And then also a light and a medium long band that you can do all your upper body. You can also do, you know, you can stand and do squats and you can back up. In fact, that intro video showed some lunges with rows, and you can do squats and all sorts of things, all from your office desk or any table in the house or your kitchen counter. So anyway, that's the amount of time it's going to take to get. But unfortunately, that's just what it is because I don't even have product yet in hand. Ian, Jeremy's asking how often you use your KorTime.
Just whenever I'm on calls, and if I'm on the computer desk and I'm not typing, I get to use it. So I'm not at my desk as often as I should. I only have one unit right now, so I would love to be able to have one where I'm out and about, and keep one at the office where I'm often there. But because I just have the one, I keep it on this particular desk. This is where my studio is, where I do all the content creation. So I can't use it when I'm obviously recording a video because I'm not talking about it, and I don't want to distract people. But I use it as often as I can. And I am not a Kory Hull amount of use, that's for sure. I want to get there, but I'm just waiting until they all come out because we don't, you know, we have shared out as many units as we can for other people to give it a try. So I only have one. I think this is the only one in Canada, Kory, as far as I know. But
you know, very few people, to be very honest, have ever even used it. You know, relatively few people. And we are really just telling people about this and showing people this device. So we are excited to, you know, get them out there in people's hands, because I just know, I mean, this move, every move, I mean, you saw me do these shoulders, you know, I mean, it feels so incredible. I mean, I can sit here, you know, you want to know how often I use it. I probably use it 20 times a day. But sometimes I'll just do it. I'll literally be on hold and be like, okay, until that person picks up, I put it on speaker and I just do this. And, you know, it makes me feel good. It puts a smile on my face. I'm doing something healthy for myself, and it's boosting my heart rate. And it's much better than just sitting doing nothing. You know, I mean, it really makes a good use of time. Any downtime that otherwise you're sitting at your desk in between, you know, tasks or whatever, you know, just sitting there with your blood flowing lethargically is not healthy. In fact, Dr. James Levine, if you Google him, Dr. James Levine, Levine, one of his articles states that he claims that you lose 2 hours of your life for every hour you sit. So whether or not you can, you know, verify that, probably not, but that's his claim. And so if you can sit and boost your heart rate while you sit, you're not only going to, gain the hours that you would have lost by sitting, sedentary, you're actually going to increase. In fact, Ian, you have a nice way of saying adding days to your life, right? I mean, it really is going to reverse the clock of, you're going to add time to the end of your life.
Yeah. Well, what I learned the hard way at 46 years old is that I had been my lack of knowledge of my ignorance about health in my genetics, which I don't blame my genetics anymore, but at the time my genetics were kicking in, where my two uncles on my mom's side looked like one of them. They died at 51 and 54 of cancer. They had steadily moved the end of their life towards themselves, because you don't feel those days at the end of your life. They're out there somewhere. But where you start to feel them is where you're starting to face life-threatening disease, like what I had. And so then you're looking at I don't understand. I'm 46 years old. How could I be looking at an exit in the next 3 years? So I moved the end of my life 3 years away from myself, if I did what the doctor said. They say, if you don't do it, you got a much shorter time. So I was totally turned off with that. And I thought, well, so what is it? What's the problem? Well, it turns out the problem was entirely me. I could no longer blame my genetics. I could only blame myself of not knowing the things that could keep my end of life way out there somewhere. So I had to work extra hard and begin to learn and understand from people at the very top of the world when it came to brain health, gut health, endocrine system, respiratory, circulatory, you name it. Every category in our physical health, I was fortunate to meet the people at the top level, and was able to filter out all of the noise in the natural healing world that gets in the way of really getting the results, and learn what the root causes of everything is. And the one thing that super intrigued me about the KorTime as well is what I mentioned earlier, the intermittent, but there's tons of science behind not droning. You don't want to be droning, doing this like da 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 da, and keep go, because we can all go for a very long time with this, because it's a very fun thing to do and you can go at it. But if you're bringing your heart rate up and maintaining it for a short period of time, and then stop, let it go down, then bring it up again. The intermittent training is scientifically proven to strengthen your entire cardiovascular system and your respiratory system. Everything around this thing is just profoundly, it is so beautiful. It seems like, okay, it's so simple. How can it do so many things? But yet it does. And you're the one who runs it. Now, there's a revolution going on, Kory, that you're aware of, and I'm very aware of because I'm so deep into this. It's called the self-care revolution. So every time you consciously, mentally, and emotionally take care of yourself and do something, take an action where you are literally taking care of yourself, your body responds with love. It's like, thank you. Thank you for using my resources, the body's resources, the strength, the energy, the blood flow, the nutrients and the oxygen and all those things in a proper way. And your body just loves you back. And that's why people like yourself, Kory, that do this, consistently and persistently, you can show anybody your abs and they're nice and sculptured. And that inspires all of us to get there, because, when we're busy entrepreneurs, and I'm running a company that takes a lot of my time, I'm delegating out as much as humanly possible so that we can scale the marketing side and deliver content. This is a major component in allowing me to have more energy and more vitality to be able to do more in a day. So this is not something that wears you out. Now, when you first get it, and if you've lived a sedentary lifestyle and you do this, you'll feel worn out. You'll get tired from it. But once you're at the stage where Kory is, you're going to get energy from it. Like this thing, how much energy do you get from this, Kory, in the day?
It really fires me up physically, emotionally, mentally. I mean, it really is a boost of physical energy. It really makes me happy. I mean, and I mean, there is studies and proof that exercise will make you a happier person. Just like you said, the what's it called, the health revolution, and by doing
self-care.
And it can be, I mean, it's, I almost laugh. I mean, I don't LOL, I don't laugh out loud, but in my brain, I kind of chuckle to myself at how simple this is and how effective and how healthy it is. I mean, I always think to myself, you know, I developed this product. I hate to say it. Well, I mean, it is what it is, but I started developing this about 7 years ago, and I've had multiple big companies come on board and say, yes, let's do it. And everything kind of fell through for different reasons outside of my control. But I just know, like, I feel so healthy. I really do. And I know, I just know that boosting my heart rate throughout the day, every day, I'm doing such a good service to myself. And so, yes, I feel more invigorated. I physically feel stronger. My core, I mean, the core, when you walk, when you pick up groceries, virtually every movement that you do necessitates your core and strength of your core. And so when you spin back and forth, you're not only working your abdominals, your obliques, your lower back, I mean, your shoulders. It's going to help with your posture. As you can see, when I do this, I'm sitting up straight. My shoulders are back. You know, I mean, if you've got back problems, apparently about 80% of people sometime in their life experience lower back problems. So and the majority of those, the reason for that is a weak abdominals. And so by strengthening your abs and strengthening all the little muscles around your spine, you're going to prevent back problems and back pain. It really just across the board is a healthy thing to add to your life. And for the amount of money it costs, you amortize that over, the next 30, 40, 50 years. I mean, it's
you
nothing.
buy about 100 of them.
It's
you can give to every single person in your family. These are so affordable. It's the best value proposition out there, Kory, as far as a really cool exercise device that has multiple benefits. We've got to get the list of all these really key benefits we talked about in this call. And thankfully it's recorded because, I get super inspired just thinking about it, let alone doing it. And you're ultra inspired, and you're inspired to the extent that you came up with the invention. So that's a big download that you got. And then all the effort you put forward to get it out, it just wasn't the right time.
Right.
Those other companies that came along, it wasn't the right time. It wasn't at the level yet where it was ready to go to a large public audience. And today it's ready to go to a large public audience. So I turned 65 in June coming up. So I'm in my 65th year, and I'm healthier now than I was when I was 25 years old in every way. And there's a reason why that happened. I'm, going to die at 46, between 46 and 49. And so between that time and now, I learned all these things. And this is one of the most important devices that I found at the lowest price of anything that I have bought, Kory. This is the lowest price, period. Even though I never had to buy mine, because you sent it to me, right? but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like for $39, it normally sells at $59, but $59 is nothing. It is not about the price you pay for something. Obviously, you have to have profit margin. You got to pay for your marketing. You've got to do all these things to educate people and get the word out, which is the most costly part of any business. We literally spend millions of dollars to educate people about the truth that they need to have to manage their body. So this is one of the big management tools that allows you to take responsibility and take extreme ownership. You and I and everyone is actually the CEO of our health. Now, if we don't want to take the position and give our responsibilities to other people and give the ownership of our bodies to other people, we can do that. There's all kinds of people waiting to take your money to manage your body for you. But you can actually manage your body profoundly well with the right knowledge, the right access to things. And this is one of the major components in this whole deal. I know this is going to go out to millions of people, and it will generate plenty of energy to get it out to more people after that. So I'm really, really thankful to be a part of this, Kory, and to have supported you through this whole time. And I'm an avid supporter. I think this is going to be fun to see it get out, and your KorTime is going to earn its own success based upon the merits that are within it and all the things that you have thought of that you can do with this simple, beautiful device. Genius is something that does many, many things with the greatest amount of simplicity. And that's where I see this as it's totally there. It's dialed right in.
Ian, I want to thank you so much. You really brought so much value and insight into health and why I really think, the simplicity is, like you just said, is so key to this. It is the easiest thing, and the benefits that it brings to your life, like I said, both physically, emotionally, mentally, are really profound. And I'm so happy to be working with you. I appreciate you. You guys got to check out his company. Is called activationproducts.com. He has a whole line of high level natural health products, and some really amazing stuff. This man is a genius himself, and I am very blessed to have met him and to be working with him. So thank you very much, Ian, for your time here. I'd love to do it again with you. Hopefully we can start doing this consistently and really build a community, because I think when this gets out into people's hands, it's going to spread, because it really is going to make people healthier, happier, and ultimately live a longer, better quality of life. So thank you, Ian. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It's my pleasure. And what I'd like to do also is I can send this video out to our list. We have around 200,000 people who follow us very closely and listen. And so once this recording is available, we'll definitely send an email out to the list and get people and people can put back orders in. Really, Kory, you should get a back order list, because it's going to build up quite a bit of energy and people are going to want it. And then all of a sudden you're going to be totally sold out. So if you can get some back orders and people to commit to buy a unit, you got your money. What's the money back guarantee on this thing?
Well, probably a 60-day. We haven't really talked about that because we don't even have it in, but 30 or 60-day, money back guarantee. I am so confident that people, once they get it and use it, like from everybody I show, when they first do this, they're like, oh, wow, I can feel that. And then back and forth, it's just, it's an immediate kind of visceral feeling you get when you start spinning and crunching and doing all the things. And it's like, I can do this at my desk. So I don't think I'm going to get many returns really, but we will definitely have a money back guarantee, no question.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get any returns unless somebody, their spouse was really upset that they bought it or something and it was going to cause a problem. But no, I don't think your return rate should be 0. But nonetheless, we always give a 60-day money back guarantee. When we're selling physical consumable products, we have the lowest return rate in the industry at about 0.5%. The average in the natural products industry is 15%. It's crazy. Everybody builds it into their budgets to expect 15% return. This type of product, people are going to fall in love with it. Also, the handles, like the patented design on the handle is beautiful, because it's angled exactly right. It's got it's a total grip. When you grab this thing, it just feels right. And it's got the right angle. So you're not moving muscles unnaturally. That's what I loved about it when I first got the sample the first time, back 2 years ago. I'm like, yep. And that was an iteration that was 3 behind this one.
Yeah.
So what you got now is really sweet.
If you
put
people
your
are going to love
hands
it together, you'll notice that, naturally there is a angle there. Yeah. And so my very first prototype was a straight bar. And so you see my wrists were twisted. And so it wasn't comfortable. So I designed it like this to be ergonomic. So it feels really comfortable. There's these little, finger molds. So it's just a real smooth, comfortable, exercise that you can do throughout the day, slowly, fast, however you're feeling, and just add time onto your life, 1 minute at a one twist at a time.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even doing it slow has its own vibe, right? Because you get a little bit of a twitchy kind of like, ooh, right? Especially with the stronger one. And it's slow, fast, medium, just as long as you get it done.
Hold it isometrically, hold it for 3 seconds, and you'll just feel your entire, right side firing, and then hold it this way. And you go back and forth. It's really fun. It's an enjoyable, healthy activity that's just really embedded into your life for forever. So, hey, I think we got to get going here. But Ian, again, thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys get yourself a KorTime, get fit to the core, and help yourself live a long, healthy, great quality of life. So Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody. I appreciate it very much. And we're going to do this again. Are you available with us next Thursday at 3 or 6 your time, Ian?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I should
do
be.
it.
Three,
So
3
we'll
Pacific. Yeah.
build an audience and a community and get these out there and get everyone, sitting healthy.
Yeah, we'll get them all on the Zoom call. Okay. All right, Kory.
Hey, thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good-